Oh dear God, what just happened? What just happened last night? Oh man, that game went back and forth. Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? Oh dear me, dear God, Lord. Last night it was phenomenal. Mad Max against Tyler Glasnow. Yeah, Mad Max took the loss, and the winner belonged to Glasnow, but the save belonged to Klein. Yeah, Klein gets the save with 5 Ks, 2 walks, 1 hit allowed, and Little did not get it done. Only 1 walk and strike, and an error, 2 hits allowed in the inning. The stats are out. Oh. And plus, I will see the clips myself, and I can't show it to you because you know how MLB does. You know how MLB does that. So we're gonna get ready for, because Talking Baseball went berserk. They went fully bananas last night. Wow. Oh dear me. So it began with Shohei Ohtani. So I'm going to do this what I'm going to be do what I ever can. So and we'll go to the stats first right now, as usual. So let's get started, shall we? Anyways, starting off with the Toronto Blue Jays. Another disappointing game once again. They are hitless. George Springer went 0 for 3 with Hyman. Yeah. Hyman and Springer went 0 for 3. Plus, Springer hurt his back because they had to, Tyler Glasnow or somebody else took him out. So that really puts the nail biter right there. And how wealthy is he going to start, or what the doctors are going to be doing for George Springer's game time decision? So we'll have to see. Yeah, he was done for the night last night. And 0 for 4, former Houston Astro Miles Straw and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, IKF. Both went 0 for 4. Plus pitch runner at second. After pitch runner in the left field. And only 1 hit that gives into this one. Ty France and Schneider. They went 1 for 3. But the ones that had took longest hits and hitless, only 1 hits allowed, is got to be Clement over Jimenez. 1 for 6 Jimenez, 1 for 8 Clemens. And 2 hits you're looking at Addison Barger, Alejandro Kirk. Alejandro Kirk went for a 3-run bomber with a rippies. 2 walks allowed. Bo Bichette also, the same thing, went 2 for 4. But the longest has got to be Vladdy Guerrero Jr., 2 for 7. Yeah. 2 for 7. Numbers don't lie. But I'm sorry, I take it back. Tied with Nathan Lukes with Ernie Clements. Yeah, Nathan Lukes and Ernie Clement went 1 for 8, and then 1 for 6 is Jimenez. Now, struck out swinging for Springer in the 7. That's the team right there. And then look at this number. Shohei Ohtani has done it again ever since. To me, in my lifetime, he's now the next Babe Ruth. He's the next David Ortiz. He could be the next, such as Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, the captain, in the postseason, but not as close as Derek Jeter. But I'll say maybe Big Papi. Maybe I'll say some Astros team started off with 2017. Dynasty of the World Series, and you got Babe Ruth, George Herman, Ruth, and also Mickey Mantle. Yes, if you have not watched A Bronx Tale movie starring Robert De Niro Jr., Yes, go see that movie. It's good. They always talk about the Yankees, talk about the bar, the gambling scandal, all that. Like gambling, Sonny, Lorenzo, Goliao, all Italians in the Bronx, them dudes, all of that. So there's that. By the way, I seen that like around like a second time, I believe. Just want to point that out. So yeah, Shohei Ohtani could be the next Babe Ruth. Who knows? Who knows? Not as the next Kirk Gibson, not as the next somebody else, but who knows? We'll just have to see in the future because he went 4 for 4 last night. 3 ribbies, runs, and 5 walks. Oh my god. Freddie Freeman went 2 for 7. 8 for 4. Teoscar Hernandez. Kike Hernandez 2 for 5. Will Smith 1 for 6. 1 for 8. Mookie Betts. And by the way, Freeman and Teoscar only has 1. And started me off, and it just took me out from the very beginning. So somebody tells me that the numbers here are the score, the pitchings. Oh my god. Yeah, there Oscar Hernandez. Here we go. Mad Max, boom, in the left field. And says goodbye. 412 feet in the left. In the bottom of the second inning. Pretty impressive. Meanwhile, Shohei, the Unicorn Ohtani, deeps homer in the left field and the right field. 389 feet right in the grounds, just like Fenway Park. Not as close as Fenway Park, but that gives one a dos a cero in the bottom of the third. But meanwhile, Alejandro James T. Kirk, Captain James T. Kirk of Star Trek, homers in the center, 394 feet. Adios. Tyler Glasnow just drew it like a sinker, but it was a 3-2 lead in the top of the fourth inning until Andres Jimenez hit a sacrifice fly to center. Barger scored, and Clement to second. And then Ohtani doubled to the left. Enrique Hernandez just scored. Kike Hernandez scored. Yeah. Right in the left, and almost the left center field was a fair ball, and he just went all the way through home. A 1-run game and a double. And Freddie Freeman ties the game in the right field. Right there. And that pretty much sums it in. Ties the game at... No, it was a 1-run... Well, yeah, it was a tie game at 4. Until the next thing, Bo Bichette... Yes, Dante Bichette's son, Bo Bichette... But, yeah. Single in the right to Vladdy Guerrero scores. Now, the play you just saw, Vladdy Guerrero, he threw it at, well, someone threw it first, but Vladdy threw it third and tag him out. They got him. They got Ohtani. Very impressive play. And yes, we told you Springer was hurt in the back by Rokowski. Yeah. Roganowski, something like that, where you want to name him. Yeah, Springer went out. Yeah, that's when Bo Bichette took, in the right field. Single to the right and takes a lead. But not yet. There's more. Shohei Ohtani deeps at the left center field. 401 feet. Bye-bye. But the game changes on Tommy Edman. Fair ball on the right. Someone through it, and Tommy says, yeah, I think it was Max Muncy, but Roki Sasaki just saved his own play until Kershaw came in the extra innings. And then Klein, until the last, Freddie Freeman says goodnight. He's done it again like Max Muncy. Yeah, 7 years passed by. In 2018, 406 feet. And that pretty much says that's the ball game. Now, Mad Max scored 3 strikeouts, only 2 home runs allowed, errors and runs by 3, 5 hits allowed. Glass now has 5 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed, 3 walks, 2 errors, 4 runs, 5 hits. But everybody else struck him out 16 over 13. And the home runs are there. Blue Jays give them allowed. Walks allowed by Toronto over LA. And the final score is already set there. And hits by 16 over 15 allowed. The game went impressive last night. And we'll look at the reaction on social media. Before tonight's game, and here on the Gamecast, let's go to the Gamecast, shall we? Same stats as we did on Saturday night. Man, last night I had to go to bed after the 13th inning, especially on ESPN radio. I just want to get some sleep. Yeah, look at the innings. It was scoreless since the 8th inning, all the way through the 18th inning. Wow. Just wow. Here are the stats. We tell you this. Total bases, 31 over 19. Dodgers took care of it. But the Blue Jays, runners lob, 19 over 18. And I'm not going to have time to read the article, but I wish I could read the article of the recap of... But let me read this for a little bit because that game went super long. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Freeman's homer in the 18th inning lifts the Dodgers over Blue Jays 6-5 in the World Series Classic. LA, Freddie Freeman homer leading off in the bottom of the 8th inning. 18th inning, Shohei Ohtani went deep in twice in another record-setting performance, and the LA Dodgers outlasted the Toronto Blue Jays 6-5 in Game 3 on Monday night to win a World Series Classic. The defending champion took a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 matchup, still have a chance to win a title at home, something they haven't done it since 1963. Yep. And we weren't alive I wasn't alive until 1997. Freeman connected off the left fielder Brendan Little, sending a 406-foot to dry straightaway center field to finally end a game that lasted 6 hours and 39 minutes. And that ended at like around 12:39 on the West Coast, 2:39 here my time. And matched the longest by innings in postseason history, ties in 2018. Since 2018. The only other series contest to go to 18 innings was Game 3 at Dodger Stadium 7 years ago. Freeman's current teammate Max Muncy won that one with an 18-inning homer against the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, I remember that back in my high school. 8th year of high school. Yeah, I kind of agreed with that. That was my last year of high school before I graduated. It was Freeman's second World Series walk-off homer in the last 2 years. In 2 years, the Stars' first baseman to hit a first game-ending grand slam in series history to win Game 1 last season against the New York Yankees. And by the way, I was wrong about the Yankees won the series last year. It was the Dodgers last year. I was wrong in that last video ever since that. I apologize for that error. I should have never tried that again. Okay? Swear to my oath. Will Klein, the last reliever left of the Dodgers bullpen, got the biggest win of his career. He allowed 1 hit over 4 shutout innings and threw 72 pitches and twice as many as his previous high in the majors. So, tonight's Game 3, you're starting a great pitcher. And this is going to be Shohei Ohtani against Shane Bieber. Yes. It's going to be in a must-see TV. Shohei's got more wins than Bieber. Better ERAs than Bieber. Better whip than Bieber. Better IP than Bieber for Shohei. Few hits allowed than Bieber has more, but strikeouts more than Bieber. More walks than Bieber allowed than 2 home runs allowed him. But Ohtani's got better numbers than Shane Bieber. So I can see the Dodgers winning it, but I gotta guess it's gonna be the Toronto Blue Jays. So, World Series, 18 innings, and we're gonna get to reactions before we sign off. Right there, Freddie Freeman does it again. Yeah, he did, and I hate when it does that. Actually, I got a reaction for MJ Augusta Reese and Alex Curry. They had the same reaction about last night. Look at this. Bleacher Report walk-off just put this for SpongeBob. Remember that episode? This game is wild. Inning 15. Give it up for inning 15. Eugene Krabs just opened up the Krusty Krab over the chum bucket. And this is the funniest thing back in 2008. Kershaw was 20. Scherzer's 24. 3 career wins than Mad Max. And this is from Blue Exorcist. According to Toonami Squad, everyone in Los Angeles and Toronto tomorrow after 18 innings of baseball. Yeah, I remember this episode from season 1. We never went to sleep. Bleepin' Freddie, Alex Curry. Group, yeah, this is a better one. And then Jeff Passan. Yes, they mentioned this on October 26th, the whole Max Muncy. I talk about this, what I said, and then last night's game. And then, look at this. MJ Augusta Reese, she said this. 15 innings is crazy. Yes, shout out to her. And you can watch her, the association coming up on NBA TV later on today. You can watch her because she's done so many well on Monday Night Football and a few on First Take. The reaction is, fans in Asia, we never want to work. I agree, but people want to work in Japan. I mean, you have money, you have job, you have all of that stuff. You gotta work. Waiting Game 4. Me too. Me too. We have the entire winter to sleep. So do we. Maniac behavior. This is funny. What an incredible long night. Seriously. Y'all, this is insane. My eyes hurt. I had to go to sleep last night after the 13 innings, and we all had to turn off some stuff. And I had only listened on ESPN radio in the bottom of the 13, and I just want to go to sleep. And that's pretty much all. And there's Shohei Ohtani's reaction. Made it to the 14th inning. Hats off those to stay up until 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Jesus. Like I said, I went to bed. The game ended 2:30 in my time. So, we'll have to see what happens. Is George Springer is going to start? Because he's now day-to-day. Is he going to start tonight? Because we'll have to see if he's starting. Maybe, just maybe. Because last night's game was phenomenal. In final score, Dodgers beat the Blue Jays. Lead the series 2-1, 6-5 win. in Game 3. Tonight, is this the night Shea Bieber shuts down Ohtani? Because Shohei is going to be a must-see TV. We need more viewers. We need baseball. We need lots of money. Oh, my God. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys for watching. What a fantastic game last night. Wow. Peace, I'm out. Until the next time. Whoa. Let's hope we don't go to extras again. So, we'll catch you next time.